Before COVID, there was already online learning, but right now with COVID, it has forced learning to go online, and that will be something that parents are already beginning to embrace. So it's not something new anymore. It's not something like, oh, this is a new thing, because something new is always very difficult for people to change their habits. It's not easy. So because of this COVID, people are forced to literally shift their habits, shift how they think, shift the norm of how they normally do stuff. So it's already all shifted. So parents in the new economy has begun to embrace this idea of online learning. Okay, so and then how we can actually create another stream of income. So if you're looking at how can you make money while sitting at home, and what can you do to make money, and I'm going to shed some light today to share these new method or new strategy on how you can make money in the education industry. I'm going to share with you how I actually make $80,000 in 2 days in an education business, and how I'm going to adapt this to the online market right now. Now, these may or may not be for you, but it is great to open your mind and look at possibilities. And if you know anyone who may be looking for an alternative for themselves, so this may be what they want to look at. All right, so a bit about the backstory on this, looking at my slides. Okay, that's a typo error right there. So it's via an education business. Okay, so here, okay, I'm gonna just, I need to, clear the typo first. All right, a bit about my backstory. I was a teacher before, so I was teaching in a secondary school for 5 years, and I was teaching nutrition. And I have written a couple of books, and these are called anthologies. So anthologies are chapters of different authors come together, and one of the books is Amazing Grades. And as a nutritionist, I've contributed a lot of projects with the Singapore government, the Health Promotion Board, doing a lot of workshops, a lot of TV shows in nutrition, and I was teaching nutrition in a school. Okay, so right now, right here, what I want to share is my experience transiting through quitting my school, quitting teaching, and then I quit teaching, and then I went into nutrition business first. And the first part of my business, I flopped because I don't know much about how to do business, but I picked it up again. And the second time when I pick up, I actually pick up through education. So education business was what helped me to pick up my life all over again the second time round. And the education business that I embark upon is in the enrichment education industry. So as a school teacher, teaching in a secondary school, I realized that there are restrictions in terms of I have to meet the curriculum, I have to fit into the system, I have to follow the standards in school, and I wanted to come out of that. I wanted to come out of that, and I wanted to create something that is of my own, and something that will be also recession-proof, and something that is in demand. Right here you can see recession-proof industry 1. So this is taken off my slides when I was sharing about different recession-proof industries. So education is definitely one of it. And the background, just to give you a background, the market size in Singapore is a 1.1 billion a year industry where tuition is concerned, and enrichment. When we talk about tuition and enrichment, they're in one category. So this is how much money is spent in tiny dot Singapore. Can you imagine that? Is one dot, like this one dot in the world, can't even see it on the map, and it's called Singapore, and parents in Singapore in this dot is spending 1.1 billion. That's a lot of money spent, right, in this tiny island. Can you imagine the potential in all these other countries as well? So it is a really, really huge potential where education is concerned. Education as in enrichment, tuition. So for me, I had the privilege of studying in different countries. Okay, so I did my degree in Edith Cowan, that is in Australia. So, and then I went to the US, and I took another 1 more year in the US, and I came back and did my postgraduate at NTU and spent another year there. So total 3 different countries, and I got exposed to these 3 different environments, and the learning styles is different, everything is different. So I was privileged to be be able to do that and experience these learning environments of 3 different countries. And when I was in the US, that was when I was exposed to this new way of learning, which is called study skills. So I picked up that. And when I became a teacher, so I realized that as a teacher, I had to follow the curriculum. Now that kind of frustrates me. When I was doing tuition, I remember when I was teaching, I was also giving tuition. And when I was giving tuition, I was giving tuition to this girl called Melissa. Her name is Melissa. She's a school runner. And as a school runner, she only takes, I think 6 subjects. So that was it, because she got to spend a lot of time in her CCA to practice for her CCA. And she failed one of her subjects, and it's a science-based subject. So I took on as a tutor and private tutor her. And when I was tutoring her, I was doing a lot of techniques with her. And that was when she scored a distinction in secondary 3. And then I tutored her in sec 4, and she's got a distinction as well. So that got her, well, you know, because that means she passed all her 6 subjects, and then that one that she failed, she's got a distinction. That was when I realized that, hey, if I can touch one life, like a Melissa's life, like one person can change her life, what about the rest of the Melissas out there? What about the rest of the students out there? What can I do for them? Okay, so that has always been at the back of my mind. So when eventually I decided to do this education business, I knew that there were a lot of tuition centers in Singapore. There's too many tuition centers in Singapore, and I didn't want to compete and to be one of the tuition centers. And because I'm very big on how-tos. Everything I do is about how-to. Even like when I do business right now and I do coaching, it's about how-to. It's not telling them like, okay, go and do this, you know. It's more of like, how do you do it? So if you're going to like get customers, how do you generate customers? If you're going to study, how do you study? So it's about the how-tos, and I'm a believer of how-tos. So the why is important, the how-to is also important. You need to know what you want, you need to know how to get there. So there's the most two principle in life. Know what you want, know how to get there. So this is like, knowing what you want is to score in school. Kids want to score. You know, nobody really want to fail. Every child, you know, has a potential, but most of the times they cannot score, maybe because they do not really know how to study. And there's many reasons for that, which I'm going to cover in a bit. So this is what's going on in the education industry. So when I decided to open my own education business, I decided that I'm going to create a how-to program. So a how-to program means like an enrichment it falls under the category of enrichment program, and not a tuition center, but a technique center, a center that teaches people or students how to study, how to do well in school. So this is where we are at. We are in this industry right now. So if you look at this market size, okay, so the potential in Singapore, so we're talking just in Singapore right now, there are 360 schools in Singapore, and there's an average of about 1,000 students per school. So if you look at Singapore, there's about 360,000 students. Malaysia, possibly about 5 million students. What about the rest of the world? Like, it's like unlimited, like the number of students. So right in that category alone, within the school market alone, there's potential. And out of the school market is where we have the enrichment and the tuition. So tuition is under enrichment, right? Because it's an extra thing. And study skills falls under enrichment. So I decided not to go into the tuition route. I went into the study skills route. And that was when I realized that I had to compete. I had to compete with the giants. There's only a few giants. There's not many players in this category. There's only a few players in this category, and they're giants. When I say they're giants, means they advertise in the big newspaper, in the Straits Times. They're like big, like, so they advertise all big there. And I realized I'm a small fly and I can't compete with them. So I decided to be the big fish in a small pond concept, where I decided to niche. And I niche by default because by default of my budget. So I can only afford the Malay newspaper. So I advertised in the Malay newspaper when there was no social media at that time. So it was all newspapers. So I was advertising in the newspaper. That's how I get all my clients and all my parents. And they were all Malay parents because they were reading the Berita Harian, right? So I captured the Malay market niche in Singapore where there was none. Nobody was doing this. And in fact, until today, nobody is doing this. So this is where I became the big fish in the small pond, and I captured the market very well. And this business really took off, like boom, it took off. So it was just really just using the newspaper. advertisement. So advertisement is the key strategy of how I got my clients. And of course, I mastered marketing. I perfected the way I presented. And what was key for this market is that I focused on the study techniques that can help the child get good results. Okay, so these are my competitors. I'm not going to name them, but maybe you would know by the acronym. So they also run similar programs like me, right? So because I research my market. So when I look at this AK company, they're doing about 3,008, something like that. That was the last time I researched. Maybe the price have changed, I don't know. But they were doing like a 3 days program, like it's an intensive program, motivation, study skills. So, and kids only and teens only, and parents will actually pay this kind of money to send their kids for this program. And then there's another company that was charging about 2,008. It went to 5,000 plus. And the last I heard, they were charging like about 25,000 a year. And still parents were sending their program or the kids there. So when I started Genius IQ, the price was packaged at around 2,000 plus. Okay, so and then after that, due to the market condition, we have been testing different pricing, and then we came finally to a price of $2,000 per student. Now this was during the pre-COVID time. Okay, so pre-COVID means we did it live. A lot of the times the training is all done live, and our cost in terms of our market pricing, it's still comparatively competitive compared to the giants out there, and we offer value. That means I don't compete based on price so much, but I compete although the price is more competitive, but I compete based on value. That means I want the parents to come to us because of value, not because of price. And what we do different in Genius IQ, this program that I call is called Genius IQ Positive Parenting, is that it's a 2 days training. It's very intensive, and we cover all the techniques like how to memorize words, how to master the dictionary. Literally, if you practice like 10 words a day, and every day 10 words, just like learning 10 words and vocabulary, the child has a dictionary inside their head, and you can use this for all kind of languages. And how to learn comprehension, how to study 9 chapters in 2 hours. It's basically how to help the kids score, do well in school, less stress, more fun. So that was the whole idea. And we have parents inside the room, and parents will be together with the kids inside the room, and that's what we do different. So all these other programs, they don't have parents in the room. We have parents in the room, and parents in the room means that the parents know exactly what's going on in the training program, and the parents learn these techniques also, and they can, after that means support the kids post the program. That means they can monitor the children, know what's going on. Otherwise, they send the kids to all these programs, they don't know what's going on in the program. And also having parents in the room means that there's an opportunity to create bonding. So we have parents and kids, bond together, hug each other, say, I love you, say, I believe in you. So which is a very, this culture is not really popular in Asia, where parents and kids hug each other and all that. So we included that, and I included that in the whole program. So in fact, the positive parenting, at the end of every workshop, we would have parents saying that, thank you so much for you having us in the program, because it makes a world of difference, like a huge world of difference, and parents really appreciate that we do that. And from the time we started until now, we did not have a single refund of any parent who enrolled in the program, who went through the entire 2 days and then wants a refund, because they see the value, and this value is truly priceless. Priceless means when the parents really hug the children, say I love you, that bond is created, and that memory is etched in the child's mind for the rest of their life. So that was what was missing in my life. Like I did not have that relationship with my father, and I rebelled as a teenager, and then the story was my father died and a sudden heart attack, and I was this rebel teenager, right? And then I realized that I could have, should have, would have, but it was all too late. It was all too late. My father just died before I could even prove that anything to make him proud of me. And I felt that what a waste as I was growing up, that we didn't have any of these. What a waste. If only my father would have said, I love you. If only my father would have said, if only one time in his life, he would have said, I'm proud of you. If only one time in his life, he would have hugged me. I miss that so much, and because I've never experienced that. So that was the pain. That was my pain in my life. And when I create a program, and when I create programs, I always want to create value. And the pain that I experienced, I wanted to transfer that into power. So the power in the program is that bonding. So what I did not get from my parents, I want every child to get that. So that will help to reduce the suicide rates. That will help to improve the bonding, the relationship between the parent and child, parent and teen. So this is how we are different, right? So like right here you can see the pricing. Eventually we priced ourselves at about 1997. That's the program fee that we have. Okay, so we did a 2 days program, and we had like exam revision, and we had a parenting program, and we have nutrition course also for parents. So it was kind of a very comprehensive program that we have, unlike the other competitors. So technically it made us be the only one that stood out in the entire market. Not only do we teach techniques, not do we only have the techniques focus, we also focus on the parents going through a positive parenting program so that they become positive parents and can support their child better. It's not just IQ, it's also EQ, emotional quotient. And then because as a nutritionist, I believe in nutrition, so we also at that time created this nutrition program. Now this was all, like I said, pre-COVID time, and then it was all good. And this is my daughter. She herself scored 265 for her PSLE. She went into like the, the top school program. And then from primary 6, she went into JC right away. And she went into a gifted program. And my son right now, he's already completed his pilot training. So my son is a late bloomer. That means he was kind of, my daughter is completely different. She's really bright, very smart, and she picks up really fast in school. And she went through the program, so she loves the vocabulary part where she literally have the dictionary in her head. So that's why her vocabulary and her language is like really good. And for my son, it takes him a while to pick up because of his learning style. He's more of a kinesthetic child, cannot sit down, cannot sit still, So because of Genius IQ, we have these different, different way of learning styles for different kind of kids. Like if this kid is like that, you do it this way. If kid is like that, you do it this way. So I've been practicing that on my son, and it has helped him. And eventually he became a late bloomer, and he got to be where he wanted to be, a pilot. So now he's training to be a pilot. So they are both really doing very well in school. And it's not just about doing well in school, but it's also about the bond that we have with each other. So that is also amazing. And then this is Mala. I think Mala is watching right here. This is her daughter when she sent her daughter and Anjali. Okay, so Anjali from Normal Tech, she went to Normal Academic. Now I have tons and tons of testimonials at the website that we have, and you can go to our website at the end. I'll be sharing with you, and you can find a lot of testimonials there, just like literally tons of testimonials. And I have Genius IQ students like who has been with me 10 years ago, and they remembered me because like many years ago I was the one training the program, and they will remember me. They message me and say, do you remember me? You were the one who taught me in the Genius IQ program. I say like, wow. I say like, thank you so much. I applied it, I attended when I was in primary school, I applied it when I was in secondary school, and then up to poly I still apply whatever that you teach me. I'm like, oh, this is like this is so so fulfilling. So it's a kind of mission. It's a mission, and it's been there for the longest time. Now if you compare running a business like the way like Genius IQ does, right, to a business, so for example, like a Kumon. So if you want to set up an education business, if you're thinking of what is the cost of setting up such a business, Surya? So the cost of setting up such a business, if you compare it to, for example, Kumon, right? Kumon, if you want to buy a franchise, you have to pay 40,000, and then each student, you may have to give 50% back to Kumon, and then let's say you make $120 per student, and then you have to pay $60 to Kumon, $60 to yourself, and then if you want to make $240, you have to like wait for 4 months just to make $240 per student. And on top of that, you have to pay for rental, you have to pay for staff salaries, you have to pay all kind of things. So now our business model is a bit different. Our business model is not where you have to have a permanent center and then you have to run the program, and you don't have to hire teachers, you don't have to do all of that. Now, especially with the COVID, now I have to tell you what's going on right now with Genius IQ is that during the COVID period, we had to pause all our Genius IQ programs, and like the March program couldn't run. So we've been running our programs every March holidays, every June holidays, and then every end of the year holidays. And for me, what I've been doing is that over the last about 2 years, I have been super busy, just focused on my other business, which is my online business. So my online business in wellness. So I've been focused in that. So I'm the kind of person like, I need to focus in one area for it to work. So I was focused there. And then for the Genius IQ, what I've done is that I have allowed licenses. Licensees will actually get the license, and then they will be promoting and getting students to come to the program, and we profit share. So that was our business model. So it's been running like that for the last 2 years. So licensee will get students, and then they get to profit share with us. Okay, so because licensee is they don't have to teach, they don't have to train, they just market the program. Now what happened is that with the COVID, of course, we cannot be running any program anymore. And prior to that, I have been thinking a lot. Like last year I was talking to my licensees, and I said that, there's all these changes right now, and times have changed. And this was before COVID. I had a meeting, and I was telling them that before COVID, I already knew that we had to take this online. That was a hunch in me. I knew in my gut feel that this cannot continue the way it is anymore. There has to be a shift in the business model. Otherwise, it wouldn't work anymore. So we need to find another new business model, which is now because of COVID. And I said the COVID situation has forced us to come out and create and think about out of the box ideas, and how do we make this program available online. So this is what it's all about right now. So this is where we are going to now shift the program from the offline mode into the online mode. So the online mode right now that I have shifted it to is that I have intended to create the online version of this program. So the online version of this program, usually in the past, what we do is that we do a free 2-hour seminar. And then in that 2-hour seminar, the kids will go and attend the program with their parents. We charge very low, like I think $15 for a whole family can come attend the seminar, and then the kids can, enjoy the benefits. We give one technique for free, and the kids will score 100%. And then they like, yay! So the parents will be so happy and seeing the kids score. And so that's where the enrollment happens. Okay, so we have like our parents commenting below. Crisco is also commenting. Mala is also commenting. They are telling about their story about Genius IQ, which is amazing. Right, so this is what, and we have many testimonials in our website. So what we have done, I've decided is that I'm going to shift this now online, and then I'm going to run this training program online. And over this month or 2 months, so actually since last year, I've been thinking, how do I create this? How do I create it? How do I solve this problem? And I don't want to die to my grave and bring this to my grave, because I really don't want that. I want to use this, and I want to give this away before I die. I don't want it to reside in me, because it's such an impactful program. It's such a powerful program, and it's a program that has to reach out to all kids and all parents, so that they can get good results, really, really amazing results in school, less stress, more fun, and more bonding. So it's amazing. So it's a pity to see that this program will not be able to grow. And then, because of this COVID, it has forced me to think about solution, which is the online. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to do this right now. And if possible, I want this to spread around the world. I want as many kids, if possible, all the students, all the teenagers, all the parents to know these techniques in study skills, to equip their children with study skills, and then have their kids all do well. Now, how do I do that online? Now, I cannot be the one doing it, and I'm not doing the training anymore because I'm focused on other businesses. So what I intend to do is that I want to create what I call a train the trainer program. So a train the trainer program means currently we only have one trainer that's conducting this entire training 3 times a year in Singapore only. And then we used to run it in Brunei. So the 80 over 1,000, I'm going to show you in a while. How did I make that 80 over $1,000? Now that kind of money is still possible after COVID. But during COVID, it's going to be a while before it is lifted, because after COVID doesn't mean that, I don't think it's like everybody's going to run on the streets and like, hooray, like that. No, I don't think so. There will be measures in place. There will be tightening, and it will take a while before the education market also recover. So the only way is to create this online right now, and then to support the kids right now to stay at home. While they're staying at home, how are they going to study? So how are they going to study? So that is important. And especially when you're staying at home, you have a lot more time, and the kids can actually use these techniques and apply them right now. They don't have to wait. So in the past, I only run it like 2 or 3 times a year. So it's only March holidays or June holidays or November holidays. But this time around, I'm thinking this can be done all the time. This can be done at any time. So basically, the kids just need to have a sharp memory. They just need to have the vocabulary in their head. They need to be able to look at a passage, a comprehension passage, and be able to answer the passage easily. They can take any textbook, geography, history, literature, any textbook, and be able to study and score using a system that we have. And they can use all of these strategies that we have in our study techniques pool, because we have 12 techniques altogether that we teach, and all these techniques can be taught and trained in just 5 lessons. Okay, 5 lessons with the student, and this can be done online. Okay, so it doesn't have to be an offline thing anymore. It can be done online, and that's exactly where we are heading to. So the kind of income that you can look at now, instead of 1997, that was what we used to charge, 1997 per student. Because we had to do it in a hotel, we have to have food, we have to have all these facilitators, we have to have all these costs involved. Because of the costs involved, and then we also have to, run previews, live previews, and every time we run a preview, there's a cost. So all these costs is built up towards the program fee, and then we pay our affiliates, and then we pay this, pay that, and it's all like inflated so that it can cover all these costs. But right now, because we're taking it online, that means online means there's all these costs is no longer there. So because all these costs are no longer there, that means we can now reduce the price to $597. So the trainer, what they do is that they train this program. They be our Genius IQ trainer. There's an agreement. That means this is our proprietary knowledge. This is our IP, it's our intellectual property. And when they get this knowledge, they will be binded by our terms and rules and regulation. Of course, they cannot like run away and run this program, and they have to follow our SOP. It's like buying a franchise, but it's now training our system. So they're training our system, so there will be terms and conditions and all that, but they will train our program, be a Genius IQ trainer, and be conducting this to the kids and the teens and the parents online. Okay, so this is an amazing offer. So it is the trainer, now instead of licensees, I'm training trainers. So trainers, there'll be more trainers will be going out to do this. Why? Because tuition teachers are affected right now. Tuition centers are affected right now. Tuition agencies are affected right now. So a lot of these live classes is not available anymore. So all these, there are a lot of people with great talents, and they can have a source of income. So this source of income is training kids how to study and doing it online, and they will be part of the Genius IQ training team. So we want to train this pool of trainers so they go out and train online. And the cost per student is $597. So that's $597 for 5 lessons. And then if you have 10 students, you make $5,970 per month. So it's almost $6,000 a month. And maximum per online class is only 20. So I don't want to have more than that, because you want to give really good attention to the students. So it's max 20. Because in our live training program, also we have max about 30 in the live training. So max is 30. But right now online is 20. So that's my limit, 20. And income for 20 students is $11,000. So it's almost $12,000 per month. And this is possible because you are going to take what we have, and this program has been running for 20 years, and you take this proprietary program that we have and then train the students. But you need to be trained. Now, you don't have to be a teacher. Actually, if you're a teacher, it's kind of, I would have to say this, okay, because I was a teacher before. Teachers we are kind of fixed in the way we do things, okay? So I have to say this. We have gone through NIE, we've gone through all these the system way of teaching. Thank God I was trained in Australia. Thank God I was trained in the US. So I have all these different ideas on how to teach and the different modalities. So Like if you are not a teacher, that is even better because you're not teaching subjects. You're not teaching English, math, science. You're not teaching subjects. You're teaching techniques. So it's like you are teaching the driving license. Okay, so you're teaching how to drive, and then once you know how to drive, you can drive any car. Similarly, you're teaching a technique, and these techniques can be used in primary school. It can be used in secondary school, especially secondary schools. They can use this technique in secondary school, and even if they go to university, they can use these techniques also. Like I use this a lot when I was in uni, especially in the US. So this is where I got these ideas from because of my learning in Australia and the US. So this is an amazing program. So I'm going to pause for a while and for you to look at the testimonials before COVID. Okay, this is what we did. We have like live training sessions, and this is an example of what's going on in our training program when we did it live. Have a look.
Janet, and this is my daughter Hui Sing. We like this program very much because we learn a lot of techniques that we can put to use throughout our whole life. I think this is a life learning skills, and this program is really fantastic, awesome, and we will encourage other people who has not learned of this technique to attend this session. This is actually very, very awesome.
Hi, my name is Faizal. I came here to this workshop with my daughter and my wife, and in these 2 days we have learned a lot of techniques which will be useful for my daughter's upcoming PSLE exams. And this course is very full of energy and positivity. We also learn how as a parent we have to play a role in their studies, not just telling them to study and not doing anything about it. This course is simply is very awesome. It's value for money, and is well recommended for any kind of students at any age. Even for myself, I learn a lot, so I'm going to use it for myself also, all the techniques.
I like that the techniques are very fast and easy. Like you don't have to spend so much time on one subject. Like because sometimes you spend so much time on one subject and you don't have enough time for the others, and then like the results won't be balanced. Also, I like that the coach is very energetic, and this program is not so much of just learning like many other programs, and there's also fun and games. 3 words to describe my experience would be that it's very awesome, energetic and fun.
What I learned from this program is I'm not so interested in the techniques and all that. What I learned about myself is my daughter really needs me. You know, there was a barrier which I didn't realize, and this program and the programs that we attended before this, there's a Jack Canfield, they made us come for a short program. That really opened my mind as to what my child needs. It's not always about studies. My daughter is reacting in a certain way because there's something else I did not fulfill, her emotional needs. And this program, other than these techniques and all that, made me realize that my daughter needs me in different ways. And if I keep her happy, somehow she'll find ways and means to please me, which is through her studies, through her behavior and all that. I think that benefited me more than I would say the techniques. Of course, the techniques help because her results are ultimately the goal. So I'm glad I learned about this and I'm here. And the three things about this program, the three words about this program is awesome, enlightening and amazing.
Hi. Okay. Today, Gen IQ is one of the valuable program that me and my wife and together with a child, with my daughter, my own lovely daughter, we attended the class. It's so valuable and we really love this course. We like it and we learn a lot of things, which is so-called learn and unlearn, to relearn. So and that's where we can able to coach our player to be a better person, to be successful for future. Thank you so much, Gen IQ.
What I've learned for this 2 days program is that we understand a lot about our child, and that I as a parent will actually do my role as a coach, so that my player, that is my child, will be a successful player. So in order to do that, we both need to understand each other's roles, and then we can work hand in hand so that she can do better in her life.
I've learned that for these 2 days, during the program, I can do many techniques for my exams that is coming up, and I am 100% sure that I can do it with the help of the techniques and my parents as coaches. Thank you very much.
All right, so that was that's one of those highlights in Genius IQ. So we have a lot of those videos, a lot of testimonials. And like I said, we've run this for 20 years and it has been a flagship program. It's a program that's close to my heart, actually. And this COVID is a way for me to think and rethink how I want to impact more kids and more teens and more parents via online strategies. So this is where we decided, like I decided as the director of this company, to come out with this program in this midst of COVID and the crisis that's going on, to support two different categories. One is the kids and the parents and the teens who are now at home in, like homeschooling in a way, and the parents, this is the best time to bond with their children and to learn these techniques and support their kids while they are all at home. And this is going to be the beginning of this online program that can reach to many more people around the world. And also it offers as another, it supports the other group, the people who have lost their job, who was retrenched. So they and they don't have to be teachers. They just need to be able to teach these techniques. And the one criteria is that they must have deep passion, very deep passion in teaching, very deep passion in, very committed to want to transform lives of kids, teens, and parents, and they must have the passion to teach. Okay, they must have the passion, this love. Okay, this love to teach and transform lives, and then go through a training series that we have, and it's all online as well. And then go out there. We teach them how they can reach out to parents and charge $597 per student and have the trainings all done online and earn between $6,000 to $12,000 a month. Okay, so this is the program, and it's going to, these are the modules, okay, that we are offering. Now this, for your information, this is online, okay, so these are all income that you get online, so you don't have to rent a place, you don't have to do that, you just need to have an online platform. We'll teach you how to do that. We'll teach you how to use online platforms to be able to teach effectively, okay, to be able to teach effectively even though you're doing it online. Okay, so the next thing is that the modules. Okay, what we're going to cover is there will be the Trainer Foundation program, where you will learn how to identify learning styles of each child and how do you maximize the learning style of each child. and how to be teaching with the heart in mind, and simple formulas for creating an impactful classroom environment, whether it's a live classroom or it's an online classroom environment. Remember, you're not teaching subjects, okay? You're teaching techniques, okay? So this is another module, which another part of the module is you'll be learning how the brain works and ways to maximize learning using brain-based strategies, right and left brain strategies, and very easy way to reduce stress while learning. So because studies have shown that when kids are less stressed, there's more that they can retain and absorb. And quick and easy ways on how to build confidence and self-esteem in kids and teens, especially if they're not motivated, they are so-called lazy, they don't like to study. So how do you energize them and motivate them to study? Powerful strategies on how you can create instant rapport with the kids and teens, and methods on how to handle challenging or difficult teens and kids. So this is a bit small, but I'm just going to read out. Okay, so if you can see it all. So let me just read it out to you. The advanced techniques includes motivation strategies to inspire the students to want to learn, learn instantly. Okay, so let me just bring this out. Okay, maybe it's just too small. It looks okay right here, but I guess when it's like right there, it's like too small. Let me just make it slightly bigger so then you can see. Let's see if this is working better. Okay, so this is good. All right, so powerful strategy to help students to get amazing grades no matter how many times they have failed, and how to improve spelling skills for straight A's in spelling tests. This will be very useful for primary school kids, and super memory techniques to remember any information for any subjects, and how to boost comprehension marks using power comprehension methods, and using music as a tool to improve the students' focus, and speed reading techniques so that they can read fast in the shorter period of time. So, and we also have high impact training. So this is how to conduct presentations to bigger groups without fear. This is post-COVID. That means post-COVID, if you want to actually run and conduct courses like with a live audience, which eventually will happen, but at this moment, no. And if you want to do that, if you always like to teach and be training in a crowd, in a group, so this will be a great tool for you. Powerful stage presence and presenting with authority and credibility, conducting dynamic presentations. So it's a very different modality when you are on live in a crowd and versus online. So it's a very different dynamics. So this, we incorporate a lot of NLP strategies and techniques and make you stand out like as a speaker, and you'll be able to inspire the kids and the teens and the parents in the room, because we have a very interesting dynamic. You're not just dealing with the kids, you're also dealing with the parents. So you have parents and kids in the room, and it requires a different kind of X factor coming out from you. So normally, I do not allow anybody to any Tom, Dick, Harry to just step up and conduct a live training program. It has to be, you have to have done facilitation work, you have to have done training, you have to have done co-training. So there's a high level of requirement. The benchmark is really very high. I have set super high standards for who can be stepping in and training the students and the kids and the teens live. But online is a different dynamic altogether. So that's the reason why for online is less intimidating. Nevertheless, okay, you can still pick up all these skills and use it offline and online, but online is for this particular session, and this time we're focused on the train the trainer online. Okay, then you can also leverage on our corporate branding. So we have done, we have officially registered as a company, and it has been more than 10 years already. Learning Discoveries Private Limited has been established, and the Genius IQ program is under that. And we leverage programs, and you can do corporate talks, you can do parenting talks, you can do workshops in the community centers, in the mosque, in the faith, in areas of your faith. And you have like churches, you have mosque, you have all these different places where parents congregate. You can offer workshops. We can teach you how to conduct a 2-3 hours workshop, and we have marketing materials done for you, proposals done for you, how you can actually go out there and clinch appointments. So there are trainings available, but it's no longer live. The live option is already out. So we're going to do all these trainings online. Okay, so this is where I made my money. My $82,000 was made when I was doing live training with a group of students. Now, this picture is done. This is Singapore. This is an event in Singapore, but I've done this in Brunei. So in Brunei, I charge $550 per student, and we had 150 students who paid $550 each. Therefore, we made 82,500 in revenue. And then we did it 3 times round, so we got 247,000, and that is in revenue. Of course, we have our costs such as our trainer's fee and our facilitators fee and materials fee and all of that. And then we also joint venture with someone, our partner in Brunei, and then we split the profits. So this is a potential income. And remember, this is from one school. So one school is the revenue of 250,000. That's $250,000 per school. So literally, you can just clinch one school and then don't have to work for the entire year, right? So that is also one possibility. This is possible in countries like Brunei, countries like Malaysia, because I've done it there, and then we have seen the amazing possibilities there. But in Singapore, it's a bit different. Singapore, you need to you need to do bidding, and then it's a very different process altogether. So in Malaysia and Brunei, it's a very different process, and it's so much easier to bring this program in Malaysia and Brunei, and I guess internationally because of the different processes, right? So it's just much easier there. And we have marketing materials, and we used to do previews, we run previews, and then parents will come in for the preview, and then the kids will come. So this was our strategy. So the whole idea is that we used to run this program from 997 per student to 1997. We even ever charged 2006, but we saw that the good pricing point was about 2000. So but of course in schools, we don't charge that amount. In schools, we charge 550 per student. So 550 per student times, because we have a mess. And different schools, depending on different areas. I've done this program in JB, where it's in an area where it's the kids and the parents there are not well to do at all. So they are like factory workers, so we don't even charge 550. So I think at the time we charged only 250 ringgit per student. So it was a ringgit, and that is considered already very expensive for the parents, but they were willing to invest. And we had a whole group, and in fact we have the whole cohort of the students sitting for their so-called O-level, which is called SPM in Malaysia. And we have the whole cohort because the principal loved this idea, and the principal sent the entire cohort, and the principal got for us a venue, and we had venue for free, and then they got sponsored for food, so we were literally sponsored for the entire program because we were able to bring the cost low. So because we bring the cost low, we have the mass, so we tailor and customize it to different schools as well. Now, if you want to run this at a school level, this will require advanced training and advanced strategies. We can teach that, but we suggest that you will want to focus on you running online first, and then after that you want to take it to the next level, then we can actually guide you on how to do that. Okay, so this is my licensee in Latin America. So they did this program in Latin America. They did really, really very well. So they bought the license and they ran it in the entire of Latin America, and it boom, 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 right? They did very, very, very well. And basically the global education business, the whole market potential is really huge. Malaysia itself, possibly, I'm making a guess based on the number of schools there are, possibly there's 5 million students. Now, the number of students in Malaysia is equivalent to the number of population in Singapore, plus minus. So I think about 6 million plus right now in Singapore. So let's say even if you charge it in ringgit, right, 750 ringgit, we ever charge 750 ringgit also. This was we did it in Terengganu, and in Terengganu to a group of police officers' children. So it was for all the police officers in the area of Terengganu and their kids, and we did this program for them only, exclusively for them. And then in Malaysia, they had loans, and they have all kind of loans available. So the parents were able to access these loans and pay off this program in installments with really, really super crazy low interest rate, and they are able to afford this kind of program and still go through this program with their children. So if you think about the potential size of Malaysia is 3.7 billion. So let's say if only 10%, you only capture 10% of this market, it's still a 375 million market, which is equivalent to 125 million. Now, can you do with 125 million, right? So this is the potential of the business. In Indonesia, I did my research, and there's about 141 million affluent consumers. So in Indonesia, there's about 300 million population, but half of them are affluent. That means they can afford stuff, right? So they can fly into Singapore, go to a Louis Vuitton and buy stuff like that. So these are called affluent markets. So, and if it's a $550 per student, so this is a 77.55 billion market, and 10% of that is 7.7 billion market. So this is another huge market that we're talking about. So this is Siti Mastura. She's one of our licensee. This is back then when we ran live training programs and we do it all live, and she'll be like bringing parents in, and she gets a percentage of the whole entire program. And like just by bringing parents, the parents sign up, she make money. So this is based on our previous model. This is my China licensee. So we have a China licensee. Let's hear what they have to say. So I don't know whether it's playing. Let me see if it's playing. Oh, it's not playing. The media file is not playing. But anyway, let me talk on her behalf, okay? So this is Flora and her partner. And Flora, since she was working as a consultant in Singapore, she's got a very high paying job. And then she came and attended this session, and she fell in love with it. And she quit her job, actually. She quit her job, go back to China, and literally run this program there in China. And she's doing extremely, extremely well. And they focus right now on tailoring the Genius IQ program and, tailoring it to the to teach English and using our techniques to do that in China. All right, so I'm going to wrap this up again. So the potential income for you when you teach it online. So when you do it online, so this is the first time in the history of Genius IQ that we are offering this opportunity for trainers to come on board, and we are going to expand this via training the trainers, and we want to train as many trainers who would be able to do this. Now, at the end of the training program, there will be, because we have to keep up to the quality of the program, of course, we would need to have assessments to make sure that you are well trained to be able to take this to the market, because we want to keep the name of Genius IQ. It's been a brand for 20 years, and we want to keep it that way. And we need to have the Train the Trainers program. And like I said, the prerequisite is for you to have that passion to teach, and this is a potential income that you can make. But this is the income when you're doing this training online. But when you can run it live, that means you can conduct it live. But the most important is not just teaching, right? You don't just go there and teach. You need to learn how to market as well, because the marketing is going to be done by you. You cannot just be, I just want to come in and train. No, you will learn how to get the students. This is a business, okay? This is not me engaging you as a trainer. No, it's a business. That means I'm licensing this business. It's like a mini franchise. You're going to take this business and run with it, and then learn how to market, learn how to get your customers, learn how to teach the program, make the money from there. All right. And then this is your active income. Active income means money that you make month after month, which is good money. But again, I'm not a fan of active income. Like, I do, but I also believe that you also need to create a passive income. So all these parents and all these students that you have generated for yourself, they are all potential customers to wellness products. Now, we are going to promote kids food, kids brain food, kids nutrition, parents nutrition for parents as well. Brain food to keep kids very alert and mental focus, mental clarity, wellness for parents. So we want to also offer the parents a package at the end of them enrolling in your program. You can then promote and cross-sell these wellness products for their kids and products for their family. So it's called like a family health, and that will generate income that is going to be passive. So while you're creating income that is active, you also make passive income. So how do you apply? Simply, this is the application is right now open, and yes, there is a fee to it. So we are going to shortlist. And the way I shortlist is I need to know who you are. I need to have a conversation with you to see if you're the best match for us. Okay, so we are selecting. So this is based on a selection process. We are selecting, and you go to edubiz.best, and it will link you right to our WhatsApp. And you're going to have a conversation with our team via WhatsApp, and then we'll walk you through the process and see if you're the best match and let you know what's involved, and whether you would be the best fit for us. And it's important that we are in alignment. Okay, so in alignment in terms of the mission, in terms of the vision, in terms of what you love and what you're capable of and what you're willing to learn and what you're willing to do. Because this is a business. End of the day, when you learn all of this, if you don't do anything, you don't make any money, right? So all of this is based on actions. All the money that I made is because of the actions that I took. So if I'm just learning, and I don't apply, I'm not going to earn anything, $0. Okay, so I'm putting a strong disclaimer out for you. If you think this is something that you're just going to learn and you have students dropping on your lap, this is not for you, right? This is only for those who are serious about learning how to also grow this as a business. And it's like, but it is a home base. Okay, it's home base, and you use this as a tool to help students so you can make money this way. So like I said, you're going to make money like that, but it is also based on you being proactively marketing as well. So if you're not willing to learn marketing, this is not for you. This is not just some training program, okay? So this is a business opportunity where there is a fee involved and there's an admission fee involved, and how much and everything. Do not ask below. Go to edubiz.best, and that's where we have the conversation and see if you're the best fit for us. All right. So this is open to literally everyone around the world, in Singapore, in Malaysia, and everyone around the world, because Techniques is applicable not just to Singapore. Techniques is applicable everywhere. Every child in every corner of the world needs to study something, and when they need to study something, they need to learn the technique. It's like driving. You can drive in Singapore, Australia, or US, or anywhere. So it's a driving skill that is most important. So we are a skill-based school, right? So we teach kids how to study. So it's a technique-based program, and you can come on board regardless of wherever you are from. So let me repeat, if you are someone who is very positive, someone who loves kids, teens, and working with parents, someone who loves to teach, someone who loves to train, someone who is also has a strong drive and initiative and someone who is looking to have your own business on this side income for yourself, like this, you're looking for this, and you are someone who is not just going to learn but also apply. Okay, so this is a criteria. If this sounds like you, that you are that person, then please click on this link. Otherwise, don't. Okay, don't. If you just want to come on board and it's like, I don't know, can I just want to, like, I'm not interested in marketing. I'm not interested. I just want you to give the students to me. This is not for you. Okay, so this is for you to learn how to do the marketing yourself. So go to edubiz.best, and we are going to have our selection process right there, and we'll have conversations with my team who's going to support you through that entire process. All right. So till then, everyone, really look forward to support you through these challenging times, and also these ideas and strategies that has created a lot of shifts in the industry. So education is one of those industry, and with this, the silver lining and the blessings in all of this is that with this is going to help transform more lives around the world. Okay, now what if you are listening and you say, oh, can I just be an affiliate? That means you do not want to be the trainer, and you also just want to be an affiliate. That means you just want to promote, and you just want to promote. You don't want to train. You just want to promote and get a cut and get a commission from every referral. So that's called an affiliate. If that is what you're looking for, it is also open. Also go to edubiz.best. Okay, so and message us there. It goes to our WhatsApp. I look forward to support you. All right then, everyone. Till then, see you on the other side. And what do I say? Okay, yes. Stay safe, everybody. Spread all the love and positivity. All the love and positivity right now. Because not the virus, but love and positivity. My cat is like right here. She's like, stop, feed me. So spread the love and positivity, not the virus, because love and positivity cannot be quarantined. All right? All right, have a why that makes you cry, and you will find a way to fly. And before you fly, first love yourself. Bye for now. Bye, everyone. Bye-bye.